What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I'm back for some more Entitled Parents stories, so sit back, relax, and let's get straight into them. Now, the first one comes from my own subreddit, r/Redditor YT. Nearly 15,000 members, 14.6k, so let's try and get up to 15k. Entitled Brat tried to steal my phone, got his nose fractured. So this just happened an hour ago. Me, my mum, and my sister were at a market shopping for an upcoming trip. So my mum and my sister were trying clothes, and I was at the side waiting for them, checking out stories on Reddit on my phone. I'm only 12, not too young to be given a phone in my country, when a kid looking 14 to 15 years old came over to me and asked if he could join me. I thought, yeah, maybe he's getting bored waiting, so we read about 2 or 3 stories when it was my time to go. We were on our way to our car when I saw with the corner of my eye that he was following us. I had my phone in my hand and knew he was coming for it. 20 seconds later, I heard footsteps of someone running behind me. I knew it was him, so when he snatched my phone, I turned my body to my right, stretched my left leg, and saw him falling down right on his face. Mind you, I am red belt in martial arts. Oops. His nose turned to his left side. I was pretty sure it was broken. I held him by his neck and took my phone from his hand. Got up to check if my phone was okay. It was, but not him. At that exact moment, the entitled mum came running, shouting at me. She started cursing at me. We called the police. The police came, saw the footage of the camera in front of the store, and arrested him and the mother. She charged at the cops, and I was given a treat by my mum. And the only person I thanked was my martial arts teacher. Okay, what a story. The number of stories that I read of people who are red belts or black belts at martial arts, it's kind of crazy. The only thing I'm good at is just scrolling through Reddit on my phone. Yeah, puts it into perspective. Moving on to our second story, my wife is a thug. My wife and I are senior citizens. In other words, we are old, in capital letters old. My dear wife, DF, is a strong, independent, take no poop from anyone type of woman. I adore her for it. She keeps me in line and pushes me to be a better man, and is the reason behind my modest success in life. She is sarcastic, is wicked smart, can cuss like a sailor, and as she gets older, her filter is practically non-existent. Yeah, you do find that with old people, that is for sure, especially my grandparents, they have no filter. And yes, Granny, I know you're listening. A few months ago, we decided to treat ourselves. We made reservations and went to a rather high-end restaurant. They had, okay, I don't know French, so here we go. Maître de sommeliers, highly trained waitstaff, etc. Yes, I should know how to pronounce those words, I'm sorry. My wife, even though she is in her 70s, has very little grey hair and can pass for 55. She was wearing a very pretty white lacy blouse, very flattering black pants, and black flats. She looked good. When we arrived, there was no line, surprisingly, and the maître d' had apparently stepped away from the podium where he stands. We were waiting there, and my wife was right next to the podium, and I had sat down at one of the benches provided by the entrance when another couple came in. Without missing a beat, the man walked up to the podium and told my wife, Rockefeller, not the name he used, we have reservations for 2. My wife said that she was sure someone would be with them shortly. The woman huffed a little and the man said, please, seat us now. My wife told them that she is waiting to be seated herself, but the man said again, seat us now. So my wife said, right away, walk this way. She walked away with them behind her, and as she walked around the partition separating the entrance to the dining area, she circled around to the other end and led them back to the entrance and, pointing to the bench, said, sit down. The man looked like he was going to blow a gasket, and my wife repeated, I don't work here, you moron. You wanted me to seat you, so sit the F down. As the couple was sputtering, and before it could escalate further, the maître d' arrived. We gave our name and he led us away. Oh, unbelievable. There was no yelling and no threats of police. We had a wonderful meal, overpriced, but oh well. And the other couple was several tables away from us. We didn't interact with them again, but they did shoot us dirty looks now and then. Now, before you say my wife overreacted and could have explained that she didn't work there in a better way, she has a wicked sense of humor and hates idiots. She loves being a smart bar and is so good at it. One of the reasons that I, after being with her all these years, still love being put in my place by her when I start getting a little too misogynistic. Oh my goodness, I adore your wife. What a story. That's so good that she's like of old age now and can still just do exactly what she wants. Insane. I love that she just doesn't give a dang. Like, she knows what she's about, and if someone talks badly to her, she's like, you know what, I can deal with this. Come on, let's go. I'll take you on a walk around the restaurant and then sit you in your place. Perfect response. Moving on to our third story. Now this one is a little bit darker. Drunk driver just killed a 23-year-old and posted on Facebook from her hospital bed. Now in her post, she said how bad she felt for not being able to go drinking with her friends. guys. Sorry for the rant and being on mobile and yada yada, but this happened a few days ago and it hits too close to home, as I know the drunk driver and can't fathom how she's apparently more entitled to alcohol than the other driver was entitled to her own life. She took down the Facebook post after getting bad reactions. Wow, who'da thunk? But I know a few people who have screenshots from group chat rants. I'm not sure if it's okay to share though, considering the collision is now an ongoing homicide investigation. But for real, what the F? She struck another car head on because she was drunk and in the wrong lane and killed a 23-year-old woman. She ended up in critical condition herself, and upon gaining consciousness decided to post to her friend's page how she wished she could celebrate her friend's birthday and slammed down some drinks with her, and then added, "But we will soon." I swear to God, and this is coming from someone who loves to drink and party responsibly, people like this need to be banned from ever having another sip of anything but water for the rest of their lives. Okay, rant over, sorry about that. No, OP, you have nothing to apologize for, you are preaching the truth. Man, that drunk driver is awful. I mean, drink driving in general is awful, but this one in particular, oh my goodness, the nerve. I really hope that post, that Facebook post, is presented as evidence in her trial to just show that she has no remorse over what happened. If anything, I just hope that she's put away for a very long time, and surely that Facebook post would help that, no? Just the audacity to kill someone and then say, "Oh my God, I wish I could drink with you on your birthday." Like, come on, that is a really, really sick and twisted person. Now for our final story, entitled mother wants me to buy her 8-year-old a pair of $800 skates and a new hockey stick. Happy ending though. Just last week, I'd gotten a raise at work for accepting a new position that also came with a nice bonus. Now, being in my early 20s and loving hockey and gaming, I decided to spend my bonus on gaming gear and new hockey equipment. I'd just come out of the tech store in my local mall with a new Razer keyboard and a Blue Yeti microphone, not sponsored by the way, although I kinda wish it was. Anyway, I walked to the other end of the mall and went into the store where they sell sports equipment, apparel and shoes. I instantly go over to browse the skates, as mine are going on 5 years old now and are beginning to hurt my feet. I pick up the ones that are the newest model of skate that are the same brand as the ones I had. The skates were valued at around $1,000. Now there was a small child looking at the junior versions of the skates that were around $800. That's a lot of money, wow. "Mummy, I want these skates." "No, sweetie, you need skates and a stick, so I can't afford to buy you those skates." "But mummy, those skates are the best ones." While this exchange was going on, I had an employee go to get the size that I needed for my skates and began to browse the new sticks they had in stock. "Mummy, can I please get these skates?" "No, I'll buy you these skates, but that's as much as I'll spend on skates." She says this as she points to a $200 pair of skates. Still, bear in mind, a lot of money for a pair of skates, I think. The employee had brought my skates out for me to try on to make sure they were the right fits, at which point the entitled mum makes eye contact with me. I ignore it, and after taking the skates off, I grab the stick I wanted and I go to pay. Now, after I pay for my skates and stick, they ask me if I want my skates molded, to which I say yes. This is where the exchange between myself and the entitled mum begins. I have my stick next to me with a bag wrapped around it to show it was paid for, and I currently have the hot skates on my feet to begin the molding process. "Excuse me, can you help me?" "Sure, what do you need?" "Well, my son really wants the same skates you have, but we can't afford them. Can you buy them for him?" "Sorry, Mum, but I worked very hard at my job to be able to afford these new skates." Yes, but he really wants them. He's really good at hockey, and I feel like he deserves them." "You can feel like he deserves them, but I still won't be buying your kid any hockey gear. I really can't afford to buy anything else above what I've already purchased." "Right, how about you buy him the same stick you bought for yourself?" The stick is about $300 for the senior model, while the junior model is around $220. "No, I can't afford to buy anything else today." Dude, how many times has this guy got to say it to this lady? The entitled mum then sees my tech store bag. "Right, how about you return those things that you bought at store name and use the money from those to buy him the stick so I can buy him the skates? You're too old to be buying things like that anyways." "I'm not returning anything or buying anything for your kid." Then I look to the kid for a brief moment, who seems visibly upset. "You don't need the best gear to be the best, buddy. All you need is the want to be great." Wow, true words said indeed. "What would you know about being the best? You're not the best, so why do you need the best gear when you could be helping me?" It was at this point that the manager stepped in, and just so you guys know, the manager and I actually know each other as we play in the same league. And I played on a few teams with his younger brother growing up, and he went on to play professionally. "What seems to be the problem?" "My boy wants these skates and this stick, but he won't help me get them." "Well, Mom, I'm sorry, but he doesn't have to help you. It's not his obligation to buy your kid anything. He says you don't need the best gear, while he's buying the best gear when he could have not and helped me. He probably only wants the skates because they're the most expensive. Actually, I wanted the skates because it's the only company that have skates that hold up for a few years, but for that you gotta spend extra. To be fair, that is a solid point. A lot of the time, the most expensive things do have the best quality and therefore last the longest. The kid then starts to cry. You made my baby cry. I'm calling the police. The entitled mum then calls the police and they show up relatively quick. Can I just say that I love that the entitled mum called the police because her kid started crying. What? What seems to be the problem? He took the stick out of my baby's hands and shoved them to the ground so he could buy it instead. Now, it's worth noting that the stick is actually bigger than the child. And I've been sitting on the bench with the skates on for the last 10 minutes. Is this true? No, she's been harassing me to try to buy her son skates and a stick using my hard-earned money because he deserves it. Right, can we check the tapes? Sure. The police checked the tapes and the mother was arrested for false calls, and to find out she had 5 unpaid tickets and a failure to appear charge as well. Just last night, I saw the kid at the arena with his dad. Now, we play in a league where tickets are sold for the game, but us players can have VIPs, meaning they get into the game for free and they get free drinks and food at the arena during the game. The kid was on the ice wearing the skates he wanted and the stick he wanted in his hands. As they got off the ice, I stopped the kid and his father and mentioned that I was the one that basically got the mother arrested, to which the father smiled and thanked me as he had been trying to get custody for the last year and a half since her DUI charge. I offered my VIP tickets to the father and his son, to which they gladly accepted, and I don't think I've ever seen a kid so happy. To be fair, you were right in the title, it does have a happy ending, this story. Good job, man. Alright, being ultra critical, a lot of stuff happened in this story that tends to happen in a lot of entitled parent stories I read, but you never know, it could have all happened. You know what I'm gonna do? Instead of leaving a poll this time, I'm gonna comment twice below, one saying real, one saying fake. Upvote the one that you think is correct. I'll be interested to see which one has the most likes in a couple of days, and you know what, I might let you know on my community tab or over on Twitter the results. Anyway, even if this story is fake, it was an interesting one nonetheless, and the ending was a good one, that is for sure. So guys, that is gonna do it for this episode of Entitled Parents on my channel. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a weird outro, but there you go, you gotta just get used to it. If you did enjoy it, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. You know what, I'm feeling another giveaway coming up pretty soon. We are reaching nearly 400,000 subscribers, so I gotta do one for that, surely. Also, if you are still watching, comment down below something like, I like tennis. How about that? I like tennis. Let's see how many I like tennis comments we can get just to confuse everyone that doesn't watch the outro. Alright, I'm out.